Thank you for joining us. So, Rob, you are a senior account executive over at Summit Group. So, tell me, what do you do and how long have you been in the business?
Well, senior account executive is a nice phraseology. It means you've been in business a long time. So I have been in business a long time. I got into the print promotions and recognition business quite a long time, and over 35 years now. And I've been with Summit Group. I merged a previous company that I had in with Summit Group about 7 years ago. And Summit Group, we provide all, as I like to say at some of our meetings, Steve, all the fun stuff with your logo on it. And we do a lot of recognition and rewards and awards and products along those lines. That's the basic of the company. When people ask, "What do you do?" I go, "Well, fun stuff with your logo," so they make the connection. And it goes beyond that, as you are aware of. But that's the general gist of what we do, so that people can make a connection to it.
Great, great. Well, Rob, let's get into the meat of this because at the end of the day, I mean, with COVID hitting us, it's really been, and remote environment, it's really been a difficult time to stay in contact with your employees, with your clients, and really build that relationship, right? Building through Zoom versus being able to stop by, a client or walk by an employee's desk and, or office and talk to them. It's been quite challenging. So with your experience, like what are you doing and what is Summit doing to help business owners really build those relationships, right? Their employees, their clients, and continue and further deepen those relationships?
Well, that's been the biggest challenge for us since the coronavirus came into full force several months ago now. And we're now into 7 or 8 months where people have been separated from one another. We'll stick with just business for now, for the most part, for many, many months. And one of the things that we talk about to our clients and even our suppliers and friends is that there's a huge problem out there now with the lack of connectivity between people within their organizations. Everybody's remote, and over time, companies they start to lose what makes them click, what makes them go. You don't have the coffee pot and the water cooler discussions because there's nobody in the office. And when you don't see people face to face, spontaneous conversations are a lot less likely to pop up, for obvious reasons. So having that been said, for a lot of our clients, they want to stay connected to their employees, and they want to stay connected to their customers or clients, as we call them. And so, being in the marketing and promotions and recognition business, this is where we have tried to step in, and it's been a challenge, to say the least, where we have promoted. Let's say it's your company and you've got 50 employees and you haven't seen anybody since February or March. So what we've done is we've put together these programs where our customers can they're able to send rewards and gifts and logoed merchandise to the people that are working with them. Let them know that, hey, we know you're here. Thank you for the work that you've done. Here's a gift from us. It could be something that might have fun stuff like hot chocolate and cookies and cakes, that type of thing. Some people want to reinforce their company brand and their image, and they may send apparel out or drinkware, coffee mugs, the proverbial coffee mugs, which is known for this industry, and Yeti type tumblers and those types of things. All as the point is, it's trying to let people know that you, as the company, appreciate and acknowledge that what they're doing. A lot of people are at home; they got kids doing Zoom school. I mean, it's a real pain, and it's hard to coordinate everything together. So, the more you reach out and the more you personalize it to all your employees, then the more cohesive your group's going to stay together. Is it a perfect solution? No. What is, Steve? you got the same problem at your place as we do. We have it in our own company. It's an issue, except we're in the industry that doesn't have as much pop. So we have to go more with like food gifts, which is the last thing I need. But that's kind of what we do to keep the morale up. So that's the start of it.
Well, and nobody's going to refuse food anyway. Food's always a good gift, right?
Right.
So
Exactly.
especially with the holidays coming up. So
Right. Exactly.
you know,
Except maybe sometimes fruitcakes can get a little dicey. But actually, they have proven to be a nice gift that people do appreciate. It has kind of a it has more of a personal feel to it than like a shirt with your logo.
sure.
And that's one of the things that makes it fun. You put a thank you card in it or appreciation note, and it does tend to go a long way.
Well, and that's got to be one of the things, that is going on right now with remote telework. It's just that feeling of almost isolation or just, Zoom or team calls nonstop versus the ability to really interact with other people. And so I think that, sending food or sending wine or sending, a fruitcake, sending something that acknowledges, right, that you're grateful to your employees for being there, and we're all in this together. Economic times, we're really in uncertain economic times, and so there's a recognition that we're all pulling for the company, and we're grateful that we're able to do what we can do as employers and have our folks with us, and grateful that our employees are there doing what they need to do. So
That's right on the money. And they have a lot, nowadays there's a lot of buzz terms that are out there. The buzz term now is human engagement. That's the big term that's used nowadays in our industry. And but it is true. This particular year, it is very true, because you're trying to engage with those that you work with, and also your client, your customers as well. You need to make that connection that there's a real guy there. Steve really does work there, and he actually cares about the business that's going through his company doors. And so that's where our emphasis has been in our particular business, having been at it for 50 some odd years. Not me personally, but the company really adds. It gives us a lot of credibility. Years ago, the company here at Summit Group was founded mostly on awards and presentations, the old crystal clocks and that type of stuff, which have become immensely popular again, because people want to be acknowledged. You send out, hey, nice going, Joe. You brought in 10 new payroll customers over the last quarter. Thank you very much. You get the Golden Payroll Clock Award, for this quarter. And those things have a nice personal touch. It's got your name on it. It tells you what you did. Stick it on your desk and you look at it, and has tremendous effect. But as a consequence, most of the inquiries that we've gotten over the past several weeks have been recognition related, and we've worked very hard on it without taking time here on the podcast. But Steve, I think you're aware of the fact that one of the things that we've done a lot of now, we put together these what we call, quote, pop-up shops, where we'll pick out 6 items, let's say. We'll put them on a link, and then the employer sends us out to their employees and say, hey, look, thank you for a great year, with a nice note on it. And then they'll pick out a gift, and then we collect all the stuff, and then we're sending it to their homes with a thank you card in it from the company. And most of them they're not just holiday related, they're really sort of appreciation. Thanks a lot for everything, and we hope 2021 you acknowledge that we appreciate what you're doing, and we can go to a more normal state of affairs. Of course, everybody in the country wants that. But that's really what it is. So holidays part of it, yes, and Happy New Year, yes, that's true. But the appreciation part, which is really what the gifts are at the end of the year anyway, that's the part that's really at the driving force. We've had a lot of customers that say we're not really worried about getting the stuff in, before Christmas or something or things. they want to get it in so that they can show appreciation. That's a big mindset difference in years past.
Sure. Gratitude. Gratitude is a mindset that I think gives you more. Really does. I think the more grateful you are, the more that you get, the more you receive. So,
Right.
it's really, really important. So, in the last couple of seconds here, we have Rob. Give me just a quick idea rundown. Right. So we've talked about fruitcake. We've talked about wine. We've talked about clocks. What types of other things that are really popular right now?
The most popular things this year have been actually the food gifts. We've done a lot of boutique type gifts where we're having, let's say, popcorn and cookies and chocolate with their logos put together on it and made from smaller batch firms with handwritten notes wrapped up in a nice bow in a real pretty box which have themes to them. And we're sending those out. Those have been immensely popular. For the bigger companies that have a lot of employees, apparel has been very big. Apparel just is a fancy word for clothing, stuff with your logo on it. We've done a lot of hoodies this year, a lot of sweaters and shawls and things like that, things that are easy to fit people, and like blankets and robes and things like that, with putting people's initials and names on it to help personalize it. That's been the biggest change this year that I've noticed.
I appreciate you sharing that with us. And as always, Rob, it's a pleasure to speak with you. And thanks for the knowledge and sharing the knowledge with us. We talk many times about how it is extremely important to recognize people, whether that be in your personal life or your business life. So, you are the king of that recognition. So greatly appreciate that. So if anybody wants to get a hold of you, Rob Silk at the Summit Group, we can give you a number at 240-491-5283. They're able to get a hold of you there and definitely start to recognize people in their life. So again, thank you. Wish you a happy holiday.
Steve, thank you very, very much. It's always a pleasure, and I'm glad that your company is one of those companies that actually answers the phone when you call in. That shows appreciation.
Thanks, Rob.
Thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful day.
You too.
Happy Thanksgiving.
You too.